Previously on the other dungeon, Sin and Ivory escaped the Dullivan Guard with the aid of a mysterious stranger. And while Sin searched for a lost ring, Ivory confronted his father and got wrapped up in a family mystery. And Erog and his crew reunited on the demon ship after Pekefo and Ergu escaped Lorland, and they piloted the demon ship closer to the docks before rowing to shore, where they met Sin and convinced him to join their crew before heading to the market area. And now, the other dungeon continues.
At the next road, there is a large guard presence. You guys are approached by 5 guards as you reach this road. You're like right at the market border. 5 guards have stopped you, questioning who you are. You have papers, where you're from, all that stuff. What do you got on you?
Kind of hide. Behind the big guy.
Sin, you can roll a stealth if you want to duck behind everyone. You're pretty tiny. You might not be seen.
28.
I rolled a 17 perception, so you have easily ducked behind the rest of the group and are not spotted by this guard.
I'm like, dear sir, boy. No. No boy. Now I'm just going back to Druid Belt. Okay, guard approach, Sin's hiding, and I'm just like, honey, we have been on the longest journey. You would not believe it. We don't have any papers. I'm just trying to get to this blessed market to put my goddamn money in the bank before some crazy stuff happens to me. I'm totally willing to tip you substantially.
Oh, you've already said the magic words. Money, tip, yeah. You know how the guard works here in town. You've had your run-ins with these guys before. If we throw them some gold, they're going to let you pass.
I'm just like, honey, just point me in the way of the bank and the nearest 5-star hotel. Thank you.
Yeah. All 5 guys hold up their hands.
I just pick up a little small wad of gold, and I would just, let's say equivalent to like a 15, right?
So drizzle it.
And I just like sprinkle it on there. Open, adorable hand.
Alright, they all at the same time point the direction of the tavern and the bank.
I'm like, thanks boys, and I blow a kiss.
Alright, you guys are allowed to pass. Do you want to go to the bank first? Tavern first? Alright, you go to the bank.
That's fine, yeah.
You go to the bank, and you can open an account if you would like. You don't have any papers, though, so it's going to be difficult. They're going to have to arrange for you to get some documentation, all that stuff. That's going to cost a little money. It's going to cost 200 gold to get you set up with an account here and papers here at the bank.
I don't have that. I would like to just, not on me. I have that. I mean, like, after that.
She's
I
got
don't have that. I would like to ask to speak to the bank.
Oh, the manager's very busy. Unless you're a really big account holder or account opener, not going to talk to the manager.
I pull out a gem and slide it to the teller, and I'm like, if I can open an account here, I will be.
Diplomacy?
Natural 20. Wow.
Alright, well, this teller's pretty motivated to help you, and we'll pocket that gem, actually, and help and do some illegal things that you won't know about to help you get an account really quick. You're going to have an account under the name Phil What?
There's a straight line accent over the A in what?
That's now your official name here in town. You don't have full documentation. They weren't able to afford you the full documents, but here in town, that'll be the name you can get this stuff out with. Now, you're going to have to get some documents to retrieve your money, but you can deposit whatever you want to deposit right now under that name.
Before I do that, I like to ask the bank teller, or the representative I'm speaking with, hypothetically, if someone loses their documentation, has it stolen, and needs like a certificate or another form of ID, do they have like card to show that you are who you are until you get your verification again?
They don't here at the bank. You can apply for something like that at the city, on the city level at the courts in the High East.
Okay.
Usually a good lawyer can get you something like that.
Oh, good lawyer. Oh no. Okay.
They have to go through those illegal channels they're trying to get you through. But those fake IDs, like I said, you can usually get if you know who to ask around town, right channels for about 200 gold. Real ones can go from 500 for in town to 1,000 if you're trying to travel district to district.
Okay. I would like to put 100 gold and 96 gems in my safe.
That stuff's in an account. I said you can't retrieve it until you come back with an ID saying that's your name, so.
Oh, well then, let me put 40 gold in the bank and keep 100. But my gems are definitely going in.
Alright, that stuff's stored away and kept safely.
Safely, thank you. You want me to put your stuff in bank?
No, I don't believe in bank. I need it all on me at all times.
You guys gonna go to the tavern now and get tore up?
Yeah,
I would like to talk to you about my situation.
We'll talk about it later.
Beer.
Alright, you guys make it to the tavern. Have someone want to throw down the gold for the drinks? At this tavern, it's 1 gold for 2 drinks, so split up however you guys like. If I want to buy for your 2 crew members that came along with you, well, if you keep these guys happy, they probably keep following you around. Keep feeding and getting these guys drunk.
Immediately, I ordered 2 beers for each room that came with us.
Yeah, 100.
Those will-
Before I even ordered my own.
They don't have to pay.
Smart move.
They're working.
Yeah, this is like put it on the tab, business card, and it's like tax deductible. Yeah, I want some food as well.
Yeah, that can be provided for you guys' group. 10 gold will feed the whole group.
I got it.
You guys have a full meal for 10 gold.
What's for dinner?
A barley and hot pepper stew.
Alright, so we're like slurping down, sipping on some drinks. What's your story there, Sin?
Friends does. His dad is this usual necromancer. Oh my god. Told his book, but the other necromancy book was on him, and he got kidnapped by the rogues sent by his father. He broke into his house and stole it, but he's a bad dude. He sucks and he treats his son like crap. We gotta get him back, and I need your help, please. And I need my bestie back. What's a bestie? She's like Camel, and I'm back her up. Oh, that kind of hide my tears. With a little rat nose twitches a bit. I look at Arrow, I'm like, where are you guys help me more about this necromancer. You guys help me discuss this book with Ivory and what we can do with it. I would like to pull Arrow
Give me just one moment. Get up on the table and we
and take it to it.
walk over to the side.
I lean in Arrow and I'm like, okay, maybe we can get this rat mouse to help us recruit by helping that thing and their friend.
I agree. They seem like they have.
While we're
He
at it,
seems like he has nothing else to lose, which is the perfect situation for us.
I haven't seen a rat in 100 years.
I like him. I like the cut of his jib.
You guys ready to join a crew? He jumped in the boat.
Okay.
I
Wait.
want that book. The name of this episode in the boat. No, but do I?
Yeah, my charisma's like right now. Agree to help. But we only help crew members.
Okay.
Gotta join the crew. Handshake deal out here before we'll help you. But then, totally, we'll get your bestie back, get your friend back.
We sit down and I look at Sin and I'm like, okay, Sin, here's the deal. We'll totally help you find your friend, get your friend back, but we gotta snag that book too. And we only help crew members. So if you join our ship's crew, totally got your back. But we're ride or die. So you're either ride or die.
Join the crew, you're like one of us.
Yeah, come on.
I listen. Encourage you.
We've got a worm.
Yeah, it looks like there's at least 5 people willing to help you if you join the crew.
Yeah, okay, let's flex on Airview. This was our barbarian friend, but then in some dangerous ass shit in the middle of the ocean, our friend got burnt in a furnace, and their spirit floated around, and it came back from another dimension in the form of this magic worm. Ride or die.
Even the afterlife can't stop.
Her belt gurgles.
I lift my beer, and I'm like, who else is helping? I slurp the rest of my soup down. I'm like, I like your honesty. Nobody's really been so truthful about so many things. I don't have anything else. As long as we get my friend back and my bestie, I'm down. Where's Bessie at? I know you guys. I already figured you guys are down for some evil shit. We're going for the necromancer, but
My big
Best
orc
is out
claw
for
reaches
the-
out for your hand.
the dwarf.
Alright, you guys shake hands on it.
You end the table and then I just fucking down.
I slam my beer to the ground and I dump it on my head.
Alright, you guys have a good night. You guys want to spend the night at a local inn after you get drunk? Captain's Treat?
I got it.
You guys might have to bunk up and stuff like that, but for your whole group, the inn will give you guys a group rate for 10 gold for the night for a group rate. You guys, like I said, are going to bunk up a little bit, so it's going to be kind of tight quarters, but for 10 gold, you can all have a place to sleep at least. 20 gold, you can all have a little more space if you want to really splurge. That's kind of your call as captain.
We just need to bunk up. That's all.
Alright, so 10 gold for the night.
And then we're up and out.
It's nothing special, but it is nice and clean.
Off of Arag's back because I'm used to dress a large animal. But I'm like, please don't take this weird, but just there down. Yeah.
You guys cuddle.
I just had the little rat on his head.
Meanwhile, while all of this was happening, Ivory is alone in the office of Calaf with his father and the lawyer Calaf. The rogue that dropped you off has left, has backed out of the room, is gone, but you heard the door lock behind you. They're locked in here with your father and this lawyer. Your father looks very disappointed in you. You know the look. You've seen this look many times. He says, I think you have something that belongs to me, son.
I have nothing of yours, Olar.
Nice. Roll me intimidation check.
11.
This is serious, son. I need that book.
I throw the book on the ground and I say, what do you know about the black art, father?
Alright, so your father has a look on his face, probably the most somber and sober look you've seen on his face in a while. You know, he's been drunk for quite a while. He's gonna look at you in the most serious way he's looked at you in a long time and say, "You don't remember, do you?"
Remember what?
Because the whole reason all this started, the whole reason you got involved with the Black Arts, you know she died.
Who died?
Your mother. You saw her die, I saw her die. She was dead.
Never died, father.
No, she's still here, right? She's still up and walking around, sure. But the reason, at least the reason I thought, was my boss, the necromancer, came and saved her life. And maybe I took a book of his, helped preserve her. Fine. You weren't supposed to find it. I thought that's what got you interested in the necromantic arts, was when he saved your mother's life. And I tried to keep that from you, but I don't think it was this book. I don't think it was this dark arts that really saved your mother. I don't think that's your mother. I thought we saved her. She was dead. I brought the necromancer to the house. He brought her back. He said this spell might only last 24 hours, maybe a little longer. I thought maybe I'd have one more day with her to say goodbye. I thought she passed away again the next night, and I went to get the coroner to bury her. She was up and walking around, and I thought it was a blessing. But now I think it's a curse. I know maybe I seemed different around you, but she was different to me, and I didn't know what to do, and I started drinking, and I saw you turning towards necromancy. And I'm sorry, son, but that's not your mother. And that book's dangerous. You shouldn't have it.
My right and will to do what I want with my life.
Kalath speaks up and says, I think something happened to my wife, too. Your father is an old friend of mine and came to me, and I thought he was crazy. But over the past year, I think my wife has been acting strange, too. We think there's something going on. It's too dangerous for you to get involved in necromancy. It's too dark of an art for you to be involved with as well. Corrupts the soul, son. I regret the dabbling I did, but it was to preserve your mother. And like I said, what I did was wrong. We don't think they're being brought back to life. We think they're being replaced, and it's not just our wives. It started with the guard. We think it spread from there, and at first it was fine. It was advantageous to our mutual businesses. But now whoever was replacing the guard is slowly replacing everyone else.
You're going to need help to fight this. It's something you've never encountered before.
Yeah.
I hand him over the book.
Alright, he takes the book, thanks you, and he will enlist your help in figuring out what's going on. They seem to be going after important people in town, the Kalath himself, people in high office at least, just like when they were taking over the guard. They seem to be going after positions of power, and you're a nobody, you live in a shack down by the water, so you're probably the perfect person. They're never going to come after you, maybe you can go after them. What they do know is the guard was slowly being replaced by what they call the Black Swan. And like I said, it's a group they've both worked with, it's a criminal element, and they think they may somehow be involved with this as well. Well, after that, the door will be unlocked. Without anyone touching it, the door will just magically become unlocked.
Walking out of that.
I rolled a natural 1 sense motive, so your dad just loves you. That's my boy. Don't worry, he'll pay his debts. He may, I know he dabbled in necromancy in the dark arts, but he's a good kid. I'm sure any friend of his is also loyal and trustworthy and will pay their debts. He says they're good for it. They're good for it. Your father vouches for you with a lawyer, and you're free to go again. And if you bring back some information, you might be able to work out some deal with the lawyer to reduce your friend's debt, or do some other sort of legal service for you, do some finagling, get you some falsified documents, or work out some impound fees, or, any kind of thing you might need a lawyer to do. If you can bring them information, the lawyer's offered to help you out with whatever you need. You can help them figure out what's going on.
I head back to my shack, but I stealth check that motherfucker all the way there.
Alright, roll me a stealth check to get back to this shack without getting hassled by orcs.
Oh my god. 5.
I rolled a 10 perception, so I didn't roll that high, but the orcs still spot you. 4 orcs come up to you, but luckily for you, they seem in good spirits. It's some of your orc buddies that just haven't seen you in a while. Like, where you been? Where you been, white boy?
Oh, Joe!
Yeah, so high five some orc folks. They don't seem pissed off enough to want to rob you for money right now. They just be like, where you been type shit. You've been out of the neighborhood for a hot minute, so they give you some rubbing. They probably punch you kind of hard on one arm, that kind of shit. But you make it back to your shack safely. They don't seem like they have much to take from you right now. You seem like you've had a hard enough time lately that there's nothing they can take from you. So they let you go along your way to your shack to rest. You rest up in your shack, recovering from your long adventure. In the morning, do you guys go looking for Ivory, or do you guys have other plans?
Yeah, I asked Sin where, Ivory places, where we start looking for him. Well, last time I saw him was at his shack. Alright, let's go.
There you go, down. That's always a good place to start. Check his house first, and if he's not there, ask other places. You guys leave the market area and go back to South John's. You're gonna see 2 large groups of guards on your way out, one on the north road, one on the south road. Do you guys pay them off, or do you want to deal with that hassle?
I'll just pay him.
Oh, roll. They're pretty cheap. You can get away with 6 gold, 3 gold each, and that's probably not to bribe these guys. Pretty cheap bribe. They're smaller guards at this time of day.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna argue.
Yeah, so, yeah. 6 gold, you guys are able to pass both roads unencumbered. You're able to pass through the druid territory. You guys are a little more cognizant of where you're walking this time after all the yelling at you got last time. You like make sure you don't step on any bugs, don't bend any blades of grass, that kind of shit.
Do great.
So yeah, you guys tiptoe through the druid area. You make it back to the South Dunks. It's early in the morning, but there's a little bit of orc traffic. The early morning orcs are up and around, but it's not crazy busy. With the streets aren't crowded with orcs yet, but the orcs are starting to get up, move around as you guys enter through. But you're being led by Arog, so you're with the big orc. He'll make some hand signs to some guys as you walk through, but you'll make it to Ivory's shack, where you can open the door. There's no lock on it or anything. If you just want to peek inside, you're more than welcome to roll a perception check and do that.
I'm gonna let Sin take lead.
But that night I had my fancy hat on because I had a rough day.
All right, Sin, do you want a perception check into the shack?
I want to smell for him.
All right, perception check to smell.
I smell
I
sweet.
have like 9.
Kind of smells like ivory, but also kind of smells like salt water. And this is Ivory's house, so it might just be the smell of his house.
Right.
You need a closer look or a closer smell to be sure if it's him.
I bang on the shack door.
Perception check Ivory to see if that wakes you up.
I'm like, Ivory!
15.
And like you want to hit the snooze button. You like hear the noise, but you don't want to get out of bed. You definitely hear someone bang on the door. It kind of like half wakes you up, but you don't want to get up. You definitely hear someone yelling your name and banging.
Who the fuck is it?
All right, you yell back. Roll a perception check to see if you hear that, Sin.
In the street. Well,
You heard some yelling. You might not have made out exactly what he said, but you heard some yelling from inside the shack. You definitely recognize it's his voice from inside.
Oh, well then I walk right inside.
All right, you walk right inside. There's your naked friend wearing just a hat, laying on the floor of his shack. Like half of his body is covered in salt water. He's just laying on the floor. He's fallen off of the shelf that he usually sleeps on.
Right behind 10, 19 perception, I also see.
All right, Phil also walks in and sees this naked, alabaster skin elf, palest white butt you've ever seen, just poking up in the air.
Why am so close, man? Caught off guard because I thought Ivory was a rat folk as well.
So now you guys are inside the shack. It's a pretty small shack. With the 3 of you guys in there, you might be able to fit one more person in there, and it'd be full. Is anybody else walking in, or?
I'm keeping an eye on the traffic outside.
Yeah, you're outside. The rest of the crew's outside. The rest of the crew that you've been buying room store and feeding seems to be sticking pretty close to you. Even though your cruise is pretty low, as long as you're buying food and drinking stuff. Who else is
Can I
providing
just
for
play a
them?
game of Paper Rocks?
Yeah, you can kill some time outside and play a game. So Eric's outside having goofing off while Ivory gets dressed in front of Phil and Sin.
I'm like, I thought you were kidnapped. Yeah, so what happened?
Oh, my father let me go.
What did he? Wait, why did he let you go? Does he have the book?
I had to turn over the book for my freedom.
I go, damn it! I understand.
But there may be a lead.
What's up?
And I move my fingers.
Oh yeah, not this way. These are my friends. Well,
No.
This is my crew I'm part of.
Well, I'm Ivory's Wolf. Who are these people? That
Yeah. I mean, you of course see your friend Sin. He's brought in a human who can introduce himself as Phil. There's people waiting outside if you want to leave the shack once you're dressed and meet all of them. You'll meet Arog. Phil can introduce you to his belt if you would like to. And Max and Keen are there, so you can meet them as well if you like. All those 3 are just humans, Phil, Max, and Keen. So nothing special about them, really. Just normal humans. Boring.
I wink at every single one of them. One wink per person.
I create an eyeball and wink back.
I double wink, which is just a blink. Pretty straight out.
So you guys have all been acquainted at this point. You've introduced.
Like, do you want to join our pirate ship? We're together. We heard
Sin
you were
joined.
kidnapped. This mouse brought us here. I don't know who you are. I thought maybe you had a cool book I could borrow. I guess not. I guess that's cool.
Pretty crazy of y'all to trust a rat folk.
And I'm just like, damn. I thought we were friends. I came back.
Sounds great. For a rat folk.
So I'm just.
I mean, also, Bakefo, you're a dwarf in your past life. You probably have an attitude towards elves that they can be condescending, they can be uppity. Even if you are trying to recruit this particular elf, in general, your feeling towards elves is not one of particular likability. You don't think that elves are the most likable race anyway.
Sen said you were kidnapped. What happened?
Yeah.
Now you're just at home.
Yeah. Where's the fucking book? Yeah, I'm just here for the book. Did you take the clothes?
This is how I sleep, Sin. Calm down. Or I'll get excited. Because you're excited. We might all get excited. Stop.
What is this lead? I do like to cool into my open air, you know.
I get moist.
Yeah.
I get secrete.
Wait, I thought you were around your neck.
No.
And
You leave like a slime trail all up and down Phil's body.
what do you think? You want to join our crew now? I'm like entranced by this action. Like, I don't know what to think of it, but I can't look away.
Yeah, the weird worm gets him every time.
I'm so shiny.
Call that crew bait.
That's the reason why I can't look away.
Can you tell me what happened to you?
My father took the book. apparently some crazy organization called Black Swan.
I screech at the sound of those words.
Go on.
Wait, I don't understand.
Jimmy, tell me more.
Is secretly maybe stealing souls and replacing hollow bodies. I don't know.
It's
It's
a classic body snatch situation.
it's
Something like that.
situation.
What kind of people have been body snatched so far?
Wives.
And people in powerful positions.
Who's
Powerful
wife?
shopkeepers, guards.
My father's wife. Stop crying.
You mean
I
your
said
mother?
it's
You mean your mother?
Is there anyone else's wife that's been replaced? That's been replaced.
My lawyer's wife.
Lawyer,
Who's your lawyer? You can't
Claire.
drop it in the middle.
Karen Collab? There's only one Collab lawyer.
Collab. Okay, I'll just go collapse wife.
And I just kind of like,
I know.
information away in
My stomach gets tight.
So you guys know what happened to Klatt's real wife, and apparently there's a wife replacement. And same thing with this guy's mom, and apparently several other people throughout town.
When they're talking about that out loud, I say, well, that's a relief. Ivory, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, what does that mean? What are you trying to do?
Oh, apparently now I must investigate Black Swan.
I have a great idea. If there are people that are just disappearing, getting replaced, should convince them to let us use the book to get them back.
I can convince my father to give me tools, the information that I need.
Let's take someone's wife that we know is a replacement, feed it to the ship. That'll dock our toll at the ship for another 6 days or whatever, right? We'll stock
Let's
the
give him-
family and see who replaces the wife, like when the new wife shows up.
I like that.
Like how that, like just stock a family.
We need to give
Kill.
Ivory the same deal we gave.
We ain't gonna help you unless you join our crew.
Yeah.
I mean, I can help myself.
Okay.
Classic Ivory.
We have them machine our ship.
Trust me, there are more of us. And we can help you.
They can be our protection.
Since motive.
And if you ever just want to leave, these are we're out of there. You can do a sense motive.
18.
Best things in life aren't free. If these guys are offering you something, there's always a catch. You want to know what the catch is. You might even feel obligated to ask what's the catch at this point.
We're pirates.
Yeah, that's the catch.
That's the catch.
There might be demons.
We see all kinds of crazy
There's
things
all
on
kinds
the
of
TV.
Do you say there might be demons out loud?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
pulling it all out.
So there, it's out there. Yeah, there might be demons.
Might be
Be very open.
I saw a tar demon one time.
Yeah, we've been
It
through
was like
some
a bad
shit.
human.
All right. So after that sense motive, they're actually letting it loose now. So you're getting a full. They're giving you lots of information now.
Oh, yeah. Underwater
You know
city.
those underwater city. We might find treasure there. We might find a
Turn
species
cool.
of merfolk. Like who knows? Like we are gonna go investigate. You want to come with us or not? We'll help you figure out this replacement case. But if we have to dip, we got a boat, and we won't help you unless
We need a,
say
like
you want to hang out with us.
we need a handshake agreement.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. Then we give him the same spiel we gave Zen about Erku.
Yeah.
It's now Erku. We're a tight crew. We'll
Tight
take care of
crew.
you.
Take care of you, offering you the chance
Like,
of a lifetime or more, 4 lifetimes.
Shake the hand.
Take the hand. Now you have their help in this case, and you're on their crew. You're all one big crew now. One big happy crew.
I just look at Ivy. We're rolling mad deep right now. I'm gonna walk outside and join Aaron.
You're gonna find me, Max, and Keen getting ready to leave and going to the marketplace. That's what we're
Is that what we were doing?
I'm going shopping.
As we're walking to the market.
Think you can make us some potions if I pay for the ingredients or whatever? Unnecessary.
Bring me the ingredients down.
I think you should go shopping for. I don't know what I'm buying.
So you're gonna give Sin some money to fund this idea.
You gotta tell me what potions you want.
We need healing potions and potions that are good for us to be underwater. There's potions of underwater breathing I know of, and there's potions of touch of the sea that I know of. If there's anything else you think might be good, let me know. I'm gonna go see a man about a smaller boat.
As we're walking to the marketplace, I would like to turn to Ivory, look him up and down, and say, so, Ivy, tell me more about your father issues. Interest in necromancy. Who are you?
I'm just a lonely necromancer. Damn good looking necromancer.
What's up with the book right now?
You brought it up.
I read from the book.
Get a little like goosebumpy, like Phil's body. I'm like, oh, sick.
It was pretty sick, but it didn't work very well.
What were you trying to do?
I just don't know. I just picked a random page and read it.
Oh my god, that's so reckless. I like touch his arm, one finger.
I kind of gurgle under Phil's shirt a little bit because I feel Phil's blood pulse start to heighten.
That makes me go up. So while I'm touching Ivory's arm, I'm like, oh. I would just like to tell you, weird ass elf man, if you need assistance with your family, I got you. but I want the book and you have to help me steal it.
Oh, I'm sure my father has hidden it better this time.
Is that a yes or is that a no? And I start to like walk a little bit in front of Ivory.
But we can, you can come along with me, see my father. We'll get stolen, it's up to you.
I turn around and I stop in front of Ivory and I say understood, and then I extend my hand to shake on the deal.
What do you shake?
I squirm, gurgle.
I gurgle too.
I back away.
So you guys make it to the market, no probs.
Nice.
Ah, the market.
Maybe because there's so many of you, you're rolling pretty deep. No one really wanted to mess with a group this large, but you made it to the market unimpeded.
I look around for the bank area to get my papers.
Yeah, you know where the bank's at. Smaller branch here than there is in the High East, but there's a bank here.
I go to the bank. I would like to locate the person who can help me get papers. I say to the closest bank person that walks past me, "You there! Please direct me to the people who need the papers."
They're gonna direct you to the courthouse in the High East.
I'm like, that's the only place to get my papers.
You want official papers? Yeah.
I like lean in a little closer and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was under the impression that I could get those papers here.
I don't know who you talk to, but that doesn't sound legal.
I flip the few wisps of my hair that I have on my head and I stretch my shoulders out a little bit. And I like lean in with my feminine eyelashes just radiating. And I say, "Are you sure there's nothing you can do?"
What was he?
9.
You seem like a very nice young man, but like I said, that doesn't sound legal. All official paperwork has to go through the courthouse, which is in the High East.
I flash 10 gold at them.
They nod their head.
I nod my head.
Well, can I help you with that? Do you want to change it to copper or silver or something?
I want to change it to some papers, please.
I thought we've been through this.
I walk out.
That doesn't sound legal. Alright, you leave the bank.
I locate Arog and Sen and Kingpin.
They didn't go far because you run in there very long.
I walk up next to Arog and I'm just like, well, I guess I just lost 40 gold and a handful of gems. There's no way I'm getting them back out of that bank.
I'm just gonna say, maybe you did, maybe you did. I'm gonna peer around real quick, go find an armor place and start walking that way.
Ingredients for these potions.
Yeah, go check out the alchemy first.
Alright, yeah, you know where the alchemist shop is. You used to work there.
Oh shit.
It didn't end on great terms, but you are coming in there with some money now. How much money did Era give you to spend?
Yeah.
Got 300? So if you flash some coin, they won't treat you too disrespectfully. And you know that standard alchemy rates are pretty much whatever a potion costs, you can buy the ingredients for half of that. So a Cure Light potion would cost you 25 gold to get the ingredients. 75 for Cure Moderate. Cure Serious is 100 for the ingredients.
Yeah, I want to go in there and look for ingredients for Touch of Sea and Underwater Breathing.
Water breathing they have. They have some pre-made potions for 300. If you want the ingredients, that's 150. They don't have Touch of the Sea. They have some of the ingredients. They have like fish scales and stuff, but they don't have everything you would need to do it.
How much are the fish scales?
For 1 gold, you can have a pound of fish scales. If you could figure out the formula, you'd be in a better position than them.
So I'm going to buy a pound of fish scales. Then I'm going to get the ingredients for the underwater breathing.
Okay, so for every one of those you buy, it's 150.
2 ingredients for Cure Light.
Those are 25 each.
I'm going to do probably 3 of those.
Alright, so that's 75, so you still have 75 left. That's enough for a Cure Moderate.
Yeah, do that.
3 Cure Lights, a Cure Moderate, and a water breathing ingredients. Now, for every one of those, you have to spend at least 8 hours brewing. But you have the ingredients if you want to try and catch back up with the rest of the crew. Arog, in the meanwhile, is already buying armor by the time you catch up with them, I'm sure. So in the armor shop, which was pretty easy to find. What are you looking for in this armor shop, Arog?
I'm looking for something that's gonna protect me, but it's not gonna slow me down. You know what I mean? I'm on the move. I got a kick button, keep moving.
They have all of your basic styles of armor. Are you looking for something light, medium, heavy?
Probably a medium.
They're also going to be able to enhance your armor in a few different ways. They can enhance your armor to be brawling armor, creeping armor, or glamoured armor.
Creeping armor. And what do those do?
Once per day, you can speak a command word to grant yourself a bonus on stealth checks equal to the armor's enhancement bonus for 1 minute.
How much is it to apply the creeping bonus to any armor?
Smithy here appears to be charging 10,000 gold for that service.
Crazy. Alright, well then it looks
Unless you want to try and talk him down.
Unless he's trying to give me like an 80% discount.
I don't think he's trying to unless you diplomacy him for one, but that's a pretty big discount.
Gotta get that scale mail.
Scale mail, yep, he's got scale. 50 gold. Buy some fine scale mail. It's a red scale mail too.
And any good shields would be really helpful as well.
See, he's got bucklers, light steel shields, light wooden shields, or heavy steel shields, heavy wooden shields, tower shields.
Yeah, I'll take a heavy steel shield. The big motherfucker out.
It's 25 gold.
I'll buy that. Is there anyone this guy knows that can maybe improve my weapon like he might do for armor, but something like that, maybe some like enchantments or something? I don't know.
He knows a weaponsmithy.
Can you hook me up?
Yeah, you can look it up. It's nearby if you want to go there.
I will make my way over there.
I would like to find a place to get.
That is not a problem. There's plenty of little shops, stalls, small bars and taverns that serve bits of food. If you're walking outside, there's all kinds of stands. Like there's a falafel stand nearby, which you remember your friend Erica used to work at.
I writhe under your shirt. I just feel it. I writhe.
I would like to go into the nearby cover diner. Do I recognize any of the pubs there?
Yeah, you've been to a couple of these places before.
I would like to visit a place that I know the menu.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You could go to a place that you've been with actually Erica and Erog before.
I would like to order a burger.
They've got some sort of meat patty and some sort of ale that you can get. They've got a combo. You're there for happy hour, so for 9 gold, you can get that with a side of fried vegetables.
Do it up.
Alright, you do it up. You sit down and have a nice little meal and drink to yourself and Phil's body.
We'll drop some mini crumb all up on me and sauce and like all kinds of stuff. So just have
Plenty
at
of
it.
things stick to your skin, Ergo.
I try to absorb it and also secrete.
I look into my shirt when I feel the secretion and I'm just like, stop it. And I try to like wipe some of it up with a napkin. Can I look around and see if I observe the bar scene? Can I look and see if there's anyone I know? 15.
No one you know, no one you recognize, just a lot of ordinary people living their ordinary lives, middle of the day. It's not very crowded. A lot of people doing like you, just having a quick meal and a drink and then going about their business.
Gonna finish my food and go find other people that I came here with.
Alright, so you do that and then go wandering back through the market to see if you can bump into anybody.
So I've been panhandling the entire time.
Alright.
Only with my fancy hat.
So you've been like waving the hat around asking for change.
I'm dancing flamboyantly.
Alright, is that a perform check?
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to performance art in the streets again.
17.
Apparently Ivory's got some decent dance moves. You gotta watch out for the guards, because if the guards do see you making money, they'll probably either want to shut you down or want to cut up whatever money you are making. But it's pretty crowded right now, and so you don't see any guards. You're pretty surrounded by people. You haven't made any money yet, but you can keep dancing if you like.
Take my flint and steel, and I light a torch.
Still dancing. You're dancing with a torch now. The crowd around you grows a little bit.
Can I perception to see if I see Ivory out there with the torch? 13.
This would be when you're probably leaving the shop. He's in the distance. You'll probably spot this going on as you're leaving the shop, and he's probably 100 or so yards away.
I gotta check it out.
Alright, you're heading that direction now.
Can I perception check? I'd like to see what's around there. Or who's at least watching me. That was a 19.
Only about 5 people have really stopped to watch what you're doing. The crowd on you is pretty thick, but most people are still moving by. Plenty of people are turning their heads to look at you, but they keep going. Only 5 have really stopped. There are some guards in the area, and they probably will pass your way soon. If you dance much longer, you need to have an excuse for what you're doing.
I haven't made any gold yet.
You got 5 people watching you, but they haven't thrown down any money yet, but they're clapping while you're dancing.
I feel good about myself. I stopped dancing and looked for the most flammable thing around there.
I mean, the most flammable thing around you is probably people's clothes.
I light my own diaper.
Roll a reflex save if you light your own diaper on fire.
12.
You're gonna take 5 fire damage to your crotch.
Am I getting more claps?
Perform check with that.
Natural 20.
The crowd has grown to about 16 people now that your pants are on fire. Definitely a
Who's your
spectacle.
god now? But it's an Aquan, so it's just...
You make some gurgly noises. The guard is steadily approaching. Erog, you can roll a perception check now, too, to see if you see this, because now it's drawing a crowd, and you've probably left the armor shop at this point in time.
About what was going on there.
And also, you could probably be out of the shop by this point in time as well.
8. 11.
So you guys haven't spotted this going on yet.
At this point, I definitely want to peek through the crowd and see what is going on up there. 18.
That elf you just met has caught his pants on fire and is dancing around in front of a small
Oh
crowd.
my god, I moved through the crowd to the front, so I'm like right at the front of the crowd.
And this turn you can go 30 feet, so now you're only about 20 feet away from Ivory at the end of this turn.
I try acrobatic. Am I still on fire?
Unless you put yourself out, yeah.
I'm gonna try a somersault.
Yes.
Alright, do an acrobatics check.
12.
You probably just did like a forward roll, so it wasn't that great. But you did something, you get a little smattering of applause. Someone throws down 1 gold.
Can I try to perceive that applause?
19.
Sin can approach the crowd that's growing. You can be on the outside of the crowd now, coming from a different direction than Phil was. And Erog's coming this direction. I need you to make a reflex save there, Ivory.
I think my friend's going crazy.
That is a 9.
You're going to take 6 damage of fire to your crotch.
Yeah. Can I yell at him? There are guards approaching.
Mm-hmm.
I take my water skid and sexily like pour it on my crotch. Gyrating head.
All right, diplomacy or performance, whichever you feel more comfortable with.
It's 11.
At the end of this whole performance, you do rake in another 6 gold.
Wow.
As the guards kind of show up and break up the crowd and try to get to the front. You want to try to blend into the crowd as they approach, or are you okay with it being apparent you are what was causing the disturbance?
Stealth check to the crowd.
Alright, stealth check to blend into the crowd as the guard approaches.
It's a 20 non-natural.
Oh, luckily for you, I rolled really low for those guards, so they lose you when you dart into the crowd. I need Phil, Kefo, and Sin to roll perception checks. Whoever rolls the highest is the direction that Ivory walks.
I got a 1. 17.
Alright, so it looks like you walk the direction of your old friend Sin. You bump into each other as you're blending back into the crowd.
What are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm showing you amateurs how to make gold.
You gotta go gold very quickly, and all you have to do is light your pants on fire.
Do you need a doctor?
I don't need a doctor.
Okay. Probably catch up with the others.
Who are the others again?
How about we go get a drink?
I need a new diaper.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You gonna go diaper shopping?
Yes, no, I guess let's go back to Yeah. Shopping. Well, what do you like?
Just head to the closest tailor, I guess.
Do you get a nice clothier here in the market?
Back my backpack like a jockey strap almost. Simple silk robe. Nothing that.
The silk robes are 15 for a full robe.
Alright, what about just cotton?
Cotton robe we can do for like 4 gold.
Yeah, give me one of them. Yeah, choose a color.
Yeah, of course. You can choose a color for an extra gold.
Give me a purple robe.
Alright, 5 gold. You got a purple cotton robe.
Is that all you're gonna be wearing?
Oh yeah, I wear nothing.
Just making sure my imagination.
I have a fancy hat.
Right.
We'll find our new crew. We're better in numbers.
I went and found Keen and Max and we got cotton candy.
You're only able to find Keen, who has lost track of Max.
Max is with me. I've been with me the whole time.
So, I find myself cotton candy.
And also, there.
I buy
There,
Mary
belt.
cotton candy all the
I'll
time.
rub it against my
Alright, cotton candy is 5 copper. So you'll get
Wow.
9 silver and 5 copper back.
95 cents. Cotton candy for a nickel's not a bad deal, though.
I bump into Keen and I ask him if he's Arog.
I'll say if you guys really want to bump into each other again, the market's pretty small. If you're trying to find each other, you can.
We bump into somebody.
Alright, if you guys are done doing your solo errands, you can reconvene somewhere in the market, even though you didn't arrange a date and time and place to meet up. You're looking for each other around here. We'll say by the end of the day, you guys can bump back into each other. So it might take a couple hours, but you guys can reunite.
For potions except for one.
What did you miss?
I don't have the touch of seed.
That's okay. We can get some, like, fake flippers.
Phil approaches Arog.
That's fine. Yeah, we can talk to that. We can talk to the weapons.
Oh, you're at the weapons thing?
Yeah.
Alright, now I'll hang out while you do weapons.
Okay. Any weapon enchantment or enhancements that I can purchase from anybody, I don't care.
Yeah, the weapon enhancements available here in this town are Bane weapons, Called weapons, dueling weapons, and glamored weapons. Bane is 6,000, Called is 6,000, dueling is 20,000 though, and glamored is 8,000.
I'll just keep that information tucked away in my brain for later. Also buy us some better boats to be able to move cargo and people around.
Your ship's being watched
Ship is being watched.
at dock.
Our little boats.
Phil does at this moment tell Arog that I pledged my assistance to the Pale Elf one because I have my eye on this necromancy book that I wanted. Well, I would help him solve the mystery.
That's fine.
So I gotta do that before I go back on the open.
You're good.
Count me in for an adventure.
Gotcha. I'll figure out. We're getting ready. We're getting ready.
As my captain also tell you
Alright,
that I might agree with a blood handshake to help somebody. And then I, because I like loathe the idea of
You
helping.
think you'll join the crew?
Put him on. We can just put him on the ship. Just invite him to a party. So, we do have to solve a mystery. So I'm down the houseboat, go back and forth to the ship, and also we don't have to pay for like a room.
I'll go down
Sleep
to
in
the
the
docks
boat.
and see what I can find.
Pirate life. Sleep in the boat.
Sleeping in the boat? Yeah, so I'd like to go to the docks and find a boat.
Alright, so is the
Flip
crew...
some up.
Is the crew finished with the market for the day? You guys want to head back south to the south end of the docks to where the docks are?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys head out of the market, make it past the road. You see some guards in the distance, but no one bothers you again. Like I said, you guys are a pretty big crowd. When you make it back to the docks, again, there's a pretty large crowd of orcs around. They see you guys coming.
I say what's up.
I'll throw the blue handshake, fucking blue sign, what up?
Alright, roll me diplomacy when you do the blue handshake and sign and stuff.
I got a 3.
Roll for initiative.
Alright.
What?
There's 13 of them. My initiative is a 17.
11.
I got a 9.
Got 19.
18.
I'll just summon a dog.
Oh.
The vicious dog.
Alright, you summon a dog. It has summoning sickness this round, but be ready to attack for you next round.
I'm just gonna do a classic, like prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourself intimidation check.
21.
Ballsy Ivory. I don't know how many orcs it's really intimidating, but you definitely seem sure of yourself. Which is pretty par for the course.
I'm gonna need one of those potions.
Can I do a perception to see if there's any, like, plants around where we are? Tall grass. 22.
So the South Donks is notoriously low on plant life outside of a couple of weeds that grow wild here. But at this northern part of the district, you're by a house that is an old orc lady's house, and she does have pointy leaf bush right outside her window in this part of town. But outside, other than that, there aren't that many plants in this part of town.
Can I sense motive on them, like if they're going to attack immediately?
You're not sure, but your previous experience with orcs doesn't lead you to believe any good things about to happen.
I'm gonna let Erog go.
Can I try to see what gang these guys are from? 18!
Yeah, it looks like some groups have crossed over to this side of town.
How well equipped are these guys?
Most orcs don't carry a lot of weapons because the guard cracks down so harsh on orcs for carrying weapons. Most of them, if they're carrying anything, are like brass knuckles, bludgeoning weapons like clubs and stuff like that. Most of them don't carry any kind of sharp weapon because guards confiscate them, fine them for it, that kind of stuff. So pretty primitive weapons usually.
I mean, if you guys want to fight, I'm down. I'll take a defensive posture on this one. I want to just raise my shield and prepare myself for battle. Yeah, I would love to ready an attack. I'm just gonna beat them up. I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I'm gonna ready my fist.
So if someone attacks you, you want to punch them right away.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, I would not like to punch him. I would just like to. I'd like to shield bash him.
So you're readying shield bash.
So, I want to do a spell called Entangle.
I rolled a 17 reflex. And also because there are thorny plants in this area, anyone that fails to save while they're entangled and fails to check to break free takes a point of damage.
14.
Alright, so I rolled a 17, so they're not entangled. But if they stay in the area, they have to make another save. And it's a 40-foot radius, so the next round they're probably going to make it again, because I don't think they're going to leave this 40-foot radius, because where all of you guys are. And as long as you concentrate, that spell can remain up to a minute, which is 10 rounds. Well, you're going to go for your orc first, because that's classic orc battle tactics. Go for the strongest looking guy first. But Arog's ready. He's got a move ready, so you get to auto-attack the guy that comes to attack you, Arog.
20 not natural.
That's a hit.
Nice. Still 4.
4 damage. And now they get to attack you. I got a 7 versus Arog, which is a miss, I'm sure. A 20 not natural on Arog.
Nope.
16. I got a 19, 17, 8, a 12, 19, 20 not natural, 14 not natural, 23, a natural 20, which is a 24, and a 16. So that's 2 hits and one's a natural 20. The match one you can roll reflex save and take half. You only gotta beat a 15.
That is 17.
That's good enough to take half. The first one said a 10, you'll take 5. And the second orc, who had the natural 20, you'll take 15 damage.
Oh my god.
I'm unconscious.
Oh my god.
No, I'm close to being fucking unconscious.
Kind of just chilling in your shirt till I feel something happen.
I definitely whip you out, just
Okay.
in general.
I'm whipped out.
Alright, the worm is out.
Yeah, so I burst alien style out of the Kefil's shirt, but really I just untuck it so it just looks dramatic. I don't rip his shirt. And I burst forth like the alien creature and I slap the first enemy in front of me. I slap him. I gotta roll. I'm also going into a rage as I burst forth.
The big vein, the worm grows, the worm swells in size.
It's 16.
16's a miss, unfortunately.
Oh, well,
As you flail around wildly trying to smack an orc in the face with your tail or face.
Try intimidate? 10. No, they're just weirded out.
They're more distracted by you than afraid. They're like, what the hell? But not like, what the hell?
Distraction.
Would like to do like a power stance airbender thrust at the group of orcs and do summon swarm. And I would like to just summon a swarm of bats. And it says saving throw none.
Yeah, the bats just appear. Cloud of bats in front of you now.
Are you seeing this shit, orcs? Like, you really want to fuck with us?
Right,
Someone
right,
fucking
right.
finds bees and dogs and the snake worm thing.
I'm whipping around like a wiggly arm inflatable tube man. That's the kind of imagery I'm going for right now.
I yell to all of my team members, who has a torch, first off, because I am out of torches.
I have plenty of torches.
I'm relieved. This is why Sim's my friend. Dogs gotta make it tech work that is fighting Arog. I clearly saw he shield bashed. 16.
Miss on the orcs.
I move 5 feet closer and cause fear.
Alright, get a will save on that. I rolled a 15.
You have to be a 14.
That just barely fails on that one orc.
Trying to do the entangle again.
You can just concentrate. You don't have to recast it because you already casted it, and no one attacks you. You can just roll concentration, which is wisdom.
13.
You can keep entangling if you like. Orcs are still walking through it, but like, because they're physically attacking Arog, a lot of them are like right at the edge of it because they've already like dogpiled on Arog. That time I rolled a 14. I'll say you win that time, so I'll say the ones in the back are entangled for this round. 7 are entangled.
I was just gonna pass the torch to Ivory.
Oh, that's fine. That's like a move. So what I need from Ivory is a reflex save to try and catch it.
5.
You do not catch it.
I'm extremely pissed at Sen.
Yeah, that's...
Ah!
So if you're mad at Sin, that means Sin did a bad toss. We'll say Sin tossed it too high, went like right over your head. We'll say it landed maybe 5-10 feet behind you.
One of those scenes where everything around you is like going on, but we see each other and we're talking. And I say, I'm just disappointed. And then it goes back to the battle.
Sure, Sin can see it in your face. That's all.
I'm gonna try to call out to some of the blutes in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Nice move, diplomacy.
You know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and use an anti-hero point on that.
With an anti-hero point, we'll just say it automatically happens. You don't have to even roll. I'll let you roll to see how many show up. I'll let you roll a d20 plus either your diplomacy or charisma modifier.
Those are minus right now. Natural 20.
Yeah.
With a natural 20, you can have a full 20. Let's see, roll me intimidation check with that.
I'm ticking.
Like, apparently with a 9, they're going to stick around for the fight, but you got 20 guys coming to help you, so that's nice.
I'm gonna fucking axe that motherfuckers have been fucking with me. Fuck this shit. Brutal ass clubs. You get to meet the fucking sharp end of my axe. 22.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that is 9 damage.
Alright, he gets cut pretty good.
Yeah. Ah. Well, there's like 20 other motherfuckers for them to deal with now.
Well, they're just coming out of their houses right now, so. So the 6 in front still attack arrow. I got a 9, 23, 8, 18, 8, and a 12, which I think only one of those is a hit.
One was a match.
Alright, so you get a reflex save, take half.
13.
Alright, so you'll still take 9.
Alright. Hold on.
The other
That actually
7.
does not make conscious.
Alright, so Arok falls unconscious. The other 7 are going to try and break free from their entanglement.
Fuck that. I'm just gonna use another anti-hero point on that dude.
Then what he rolls is a 6, which means he fails and does not hit you, and you do not take that damage. And then the other 7 are going to try and break free from their entanglement. All of them are able to break free this turn, but they all do take 1 damage from the thorns. But they are able to move again. But that was their whole turn, so they don't get to attack this turn because of that.
I flail around wildly and slap the first orc. There's 21.
That's a hit.
You have to do a DC 12 will save.
I got a 13, so just barely.
You're not confused, but I do a 1d3 plus 3 damage. 24 intimidate.
You are a big, scary, throbbing worm.
I would like to taunt, jeer at some of the orcs that just broke free from being entangled and just like call them really insulting, bigoted names that are like just really offensive to them. Yeah.
Some dwarven orcish slurs.
Yeah, dwarven orcish slurs. I'm trying to lure them to me.
So you make fun of how tall they are and how they're not very hairy, or how they're hairy in all the wrong places.
Yeah, I insult their ancestors.
Then roll an intimidation check to try to taunt them and draw some ire towards yourself.
Stupid ass orc. 3.
3 total?
Yeah.
Phil's not a very intimidating guy.
I pull out my pistol. I fire one shot at the closest orc. It's a 7.
Alright, so you fire pretty wildly. You miss. On a shot is fired. I'll let you roll an intimidation check after that shot is fired as well.
14.
So the loud noise was scary, but broadly missed, so not as intimidating as you would have probably liked it to be.
It was 9.
Miss for a dog.
Perception check. Look for the nearest alley to head in. Like, it wasn't 5.
5. You're pretty familiar with this part of town, but you're right by the road, and all the houses you could hide behind, you have to get past orcs to get to.
I pick a direction, I run.
Oh my god.
I won't look at anybody. Hopefully nobody looks at me through the fight, but not mess with anybody. But like,
So you want to run directly, like,
Not looking
south
south,
through the
but
fight,
up.
like, towards your shack, but past everyone.
Yeah, well, I'll just look up and not try to make eye contact with anybody.
Alright, so I'll let you run through everyone, and what I might do is roll 3 attacks of opportunity. And if you can get past 3 attacks of opportunity, you can make it through the group to the other side of the group, at least in this turn. So that's a 6 versus your AC, an 8 versus your AC, and a 14 versus your AC.
One guy.
So you still make it to the other side of the group. You're now past all the orcs.
Anti-hero, that one.
Alright, so instead of taking 6 damage, I'll try to attack you, and I rolled a natural 1. So that third one you run past, you actually trip him as you run past, and he falls down. So you knock a orc prone as you reach the back of the crowd. So you're now behind the orcs. The rest of your allies are in front of them.
Yeah, give him a double finger!
I guess I'm gonna try to concentrate again.
It's a passive 10, so really, like, as long as nothing really happens to you, you can just maintain it.
That shit reminded me of you trying to get through the orcs.
Can I also intimidate them?
You are able to entangle about half of them again.
Can I also intimidate the rest of them?
You may with an intimidation check.
19.
Alright, pretty intimidating for a little rat.
Alright, I'm just gonna try and intimidate the whole group. Just be like, you guys better get out of here before Luke's fucking come down and squash all your head. 11.
Maybe they came ready for a fight. Maybe not as intimidating as you wish.
I'm gonna hero point that one.
Alright, roll with a +8. Yeah.
That is up to a 16 though, so.
A little better, but still not as magical of a number as you would have liked, I guess. What I'll say, because you used a hero point, the 6 that are entangled, if they're able to escape the entanglement, will flee. So I'll try to break these guys free first. So 6 guys are able to break free of the entangle, take 1 more damage of thorn, and then flee east. Try to get away before these other gang members show up. They're about 60 feet east now. The 6 that remain, though, 1 is going to try and swing on Ivory, who just ran past him, and he missed it. He tripped him, so he's going to stand up, which means Ivory gets an attack of opportunity on him when he stands up, which you get to roll now, Ivory.
No. I poke him in the eye.
That's fine. I'll allow it, but it's a call shot, so it's going to be harder to do that if you want to do that.
Oh, yeah, I do want to do that. I think it is 11.
11, unfortunately, is a miss when he stands up. He's going to try and swing at you again as you flee. He's only a 16 versus your AC, so that means that's a hit. He's going to do 6 damage.
Can I anti-hero that one too?
You can anti-hero that as well. With that, I will only roll a 6, which I'm sure misses you.
Yes.
So he is unable to hit you. Now, since it's still your turn, you can continue fleeing, and that can give you another 30 feet if you would like, and then you will be out of range. You'll be running towards some blue gang members, though, other orc, but they're orcs you're more familiar with, so.
I'll stealth flee away. 15.
I rolled a 19 perception, so some orcs are still going to see you fleeing where you flee, but you are trying to hide. You have gotten away from this, the large part of the fray, at least. You think many of the orcs that can see you now would be orcs from this side of town, at least. The enemy you know versus the enemy you don't. I mean, you might still want to roll for the dog. He's only got a +2, but that's like a 2 in 20 chance of it working, but you could always roll high enough for a hit.
Yeah, 15.
Unfortunately, still a miss, but he's still trying to nap at them, the dog, so.
Good boy.
He's barking and biting, but to no avail. Orc skin's pretty tough.
Is there any that are still entangled?
There were some that were untangled. They took damage, now they're fleeing. There are 6 left here that aren't trying to flee.
I guess I'm gonna attack the rest of the orcs. One of the closest ones.
Where is it supposed to be?
With my scimitar. 16.
16 is a miss, near miss, but a miss.
Alright, I'm just gonna fucking attack another guy with my axe. 23.
3's a hit.
Alright, 4.
4 damage. Half of the ones trying to flee are going to get attacked of opportunity by a bunch of nearby orcs and take some damage, but continue to flee. So 4 of those that have remained behind to attack you guys also take damage from the newly arrived orc horde that is on your side. So they take a little damage. They fight back as well. Only one of them is able to land a punch on one of the blutes, though, doing some decent damage to one of the guys that comes to your age. It's a solid punch, CC land, but it does draw the attention away from your group this turn now that the blutes have arrived. So none of you get attacked this time.
Yeah, I slap. 15.
15's a miss. Letting around wildly. You might even slap a guy in the face, but it's orcs and they don't seem to mind.
I intimidate. 21. Scary.
Yeah, very scary, big, throbbing worm flying around the air. You can tell the orcs have not seen anything like this before, and the orc that you just slapped in the face is definitely like, what the hell was that? Some big, floppy, wet thing just slapped him in the face from the sky. That's unsettling.
I'm just discard 2. I like to fire my pistol again. The closest orc to me, I would also like walking while I shoot towards them.
Alright, so you're trying to get as close as possible.
17.
That's a hit versus touch AC.
Blast them bitches. Fuck yeah.
Got 4 damage.
4 damage. As a bullet pierces the skin of one of these orcs.
Ah!
My dog's gonna try to attack again. It's trying to protect A-Rock. This 20 natural.
Oh,
20 natural is enough for the dog to bite this time.
Yeah,
Found a soft spot on this orc.
I perception checked, like, what's my situation right now?
You seem pretty safe. The only orcs around you seem to be the blutes. And while they normally do give you a hard time, they know you. You feel okay around them. They'll sometimes rob you, sometimes give you shit, but you know them. And they seem more concerned with attacking this other gang versus bothering you right now. You're the least of their worries.
I'm gonna survival check and try to start burying myself.
Stealth to try to rehide yourself better if you like.
It's a 3.
So now you're just like throwing trash around. So you're trying to hide yourself, but you're actually just like making a big mess. And so now you're like drawing attention to the fact that you're over here. You're like knocking over trash cans trying to hide in them. But to be fair, you're in a panic trying to hide.
I take out my bedroll and just go to sleep.
You can get ready for a trash nap if you need to.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh, you fall prone. You don't hurt yourself, but you do fall prone.
I picks it up.
Luckily, you're close enough because you're both in the fray.
Yeah, it's fine. The other guys are busy. I'm gonna pick Sin up.
You can use your move to pick up Sin. You still have a standard and a swift.
I weigh 80 pounds.
Yeah, you good. I have 17 strength.
Yeah.
That one guy who still who I've been fucking with. I'm gonna shield bash him. 14.
It's a miss, unfortunately. Loot Gang, now thoroughly outnumbering this group, gives a thumping to the remaining guys who are trying to flee, taking down 2 of them as the other 4 escape with the rest of the group back to their territory, and the Blutes don't follow. They just like, get out of here, don't come back type of stuff. They just yell at them once they cross the line with the 2 neighborhoods separate, that, you know, east-west line. And just yell orc obscenities at each other. But there are 2 guys here unconscious from that other gang on the street, and you guys emerge victorious. You get 2,500 experience each.
Oh, wow.
By the end of the battle, you realize that your 2 shipmates, Max and Keen, have run off.
Damn it, Max and Keen.
They were scared off by the orcs.
Yeah, well, I'm about dead, so.
While they rest, I want to set up my alchemy lab.
Arog and Sin go back to Ivory Shack so that Arog can rest and Sin can do alchemy, and the other 3 of you guys can go on this search.
I was already preparing my bed.
You guys will be at the shack resting while Sin makes potions, and Phil, Kefo, and Erigu will be going the other direction.
I would like to sniff the air and smell the too familiar body odor of Max or whoever was with us.
Max and Keen.
That stank, salt water, yo. I'm 12.
There's a lot of saltwater stank around here. Orcs don't smell so great either, and they live pretty close to the ocean, so no scent tracks available to you currently.
I'm gonna find the closest brunch spot to Ivory Shack and get a mimosa.
Alright, roll either knowledge local or history.
15 history.
The South Donks is not notoriously well known for brunch spots. There's not going to be a whole lot of places around here you can eat unless you get invited into someone's house. Or the food might be pretty good, but you got to get invited in. Otherwise, most of the places you can eat are going to be up in the market district in the northern part of the Donks.
I don't know if I'm gonna leave my homies who are sleeping. I think I'm gonna go back inside and talk to Sin.
You can't really sit too much because Sin's brewing potions, so
Oh.
you don't want to be too much of a bother for the next 8 hours.
Oh.
So let's just want to sit there and watch.
I'm sitting there, and I remember long ago being in a bar with my companions back when we were young and knew not of travel. Now I remember that guy's sleeve that we knew, that fucking weird ass motherfucker, and how like hear him try to like seduce, befriend him thing. Did I think? There was a drunk night in the bar or something.
Something happened with Sleeve.
And I remember his unfortunate and untimely demise, but also seeing him again. I'd like to head towards that northern section of town where that bar was.
Alright, so we're going to go back towards the market area. Maybe the purple tables is where Sleeve was, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look around there and see if I see any familiar faces.
You're able to make it through the Druid area of the Donks pretty easily. You were a rock in that area for a long time, but when you make it to the North Road, near the market, you are confronted by 3 guards.
Ah, gentlemen.
Who does question, who are you, where are you going? They don't recognize you, so...
Phil Watt, and I'm just heading to the market. I'm looking for a really, really sturdy table, like for a dinner party.
Bluff check, unless you really are looking for a dinner table.
I got 10.
I got a 13 cents motive. They can tell, you know, that you're not actually shopping for a table. You don't seem like... You look like a swarthy guy. You've been on a pirate ship. Maybe you don't realize it, but you don't look like the kind of person who's out here buying dinner tables. But you can also tell when you walked up, this was kind of a shakedown street situation. That they were just kind of hassling you. If you give them a couple gold, they won't hassle you.
Rumble through my pockets. I really don't know if I have any gold on me. I do. I hand them gold each.
Alright, 6 gold gone. They will continue down the road, not bother you as you enter the market district.
I look around the market and I go, the market.
So do you want to try to find that bar? Do you want to try and find the part of the market where Sleeve worked? You just want to look around for Sleeve in general?
In my mind, I'm planning like a walk-by of business that Sleeve works at, just to do like a quick eye glance, and then I'm going to make a curve around and go to the bar.
So you're walking around, you want to swing by the tables where you guys tried to rent a table from Sleeve. See if he's around there. Yeah, roll a perception check.
16.
Yeah, you gave it a good look. You don't see Sleeve near the tables right now.
I start giggling to myself and I go look for our old table. 26.
You have no problem finding your old table.
I look at it, I go, ah!
Yeah, there's a lady there selling pottery now. Human lady.
I compliment her pots, but don't actually buy anything. Just stay there way too long.
Pick them up and look around. Yeah, look at them for a long time.
Alright, I'm gonna go to that bar.
Alright, you have no trouble finding the bar. You've been there before.
I use my dwarven eyes to look for sleep. 15!
Sleeve's at the bar.
Oh my god.
Not part pound. Under my breath I go, can I roll perception to see if I feel.
25.
You got a vibe from Phil Kefo for sure. And
Yeah,
Phil
I
Kefo,
felt
you will
like-
see that Sleeve is talking to one guard.
Start wiggling around your waist, like writhing.
I put my hand on my writhing waist and whisper to myself, basically, calm down, like that. I would like to approach the bar here and position myself to order a beverage from the bartender, and I make eye contact.
Beverages are a gold here.
Purchase light ale from the barkeep.
He gladly provides.
Thank you! And I would like to roll a perception on if I can hear Sleep talking about anything. It's a 1.
Problem is, you're standing very close to him, and he's talking pretty loudly to a guard, but he's speaking in a language you don't understand. So maybe a linguistics roll might help you.
I don't have very good language skills. I got 13.
Yeah, you just know it's not any language you know.
22, I'm just hearing, feeling, a bunch.
You're feeling some type of way. Maybe that really high roll is because of your revenge, your previous path of revenge with your god, and Sleeve being one of the original people that you dealt with in that way. Vengeance vibe right now. Maybe that's why you're acting so excited.
Stay excited and tune in next time for more The Other Dungeon.
This episode of Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater was sponsored by our fans and friends on Patreon. Donate today. Keep Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater alive.